MSI Music Scene Investigation on the air. Glad you're with us, everyone. And gotta tell you, looking forward to today's broadcast. I think it's going to be a lot of fun, and I certainly hope that you enjoy it as much as we do. And I've got to fix something here. Got all sorts of things going awry today. We're having a winter storm in the area. You see, my camera has been blown by the storm. It's all tilted, all scattered all over the place. I'll have to fix that in a little bit. But until then, I want you to sit back, relax, enjoy the broadcast because it's going to be a lot of fun today. Of course, we have our in-house panelist with us, Mr. Ian Husbands. Ian, how are you over in England, my friend?
Well, we've had snow, but it hasn't even settled on the ground, to be honest, Rich. So, yeah, we're pretty all right. It's a bit cold, but we've had a nice weekend staying indoors, chilling out.
Chilling? Yeah, that's what you do in the winter. You chill, right?
Well, exactly. It's cold outside and we can't afford the heating.
Well, I know what you mean. I read a story that you guys are running out of gas in like 2 days. What's going on there?
Well, I advise anyone to not ring their gas supplier because they're not going to get a common sense answer out of them. Thanks, Southern Electric. But no, yeah, I don't think it's true. I think it's a bit of a media hype there going, you should all be scared and pay more for your energy bills rather than we're actually going to run out of gas. If there's a disruption in the supply, i.e. Russia decide to go, we don't like you anymore and turn the tap off, or Norway do something similar, then we should be all right.
Well, I'm glad you're going to be okay. I was kind of worried, because after reading that story, I, immediately went out and filled like 10 5-gallon canisters of gasoline, and I have your address taped to the front of each one of them. So just in case I can, FedEx it over or whatever.
I think there might be some law against airdropping petrol, Rich. I'm not sure about that. I think they class that as bombing. I'm not quite sure.
I'm not sure either, but hey, if you need it, let me know and we'll get it sent over to you. Over to New York City, Mr. Tom.
Before we go,
yeah.
You want to hear what the witnesses said?
I was going to come back to that, but if you want to do it right now, you can.
We always do it right now, Richard. You were just forgetting. Come on.
No, I was going to come back to it because we don't know how much time we have on today's show due to the winter storm. We could have a power outage.
That's why Ian is globbing up all screen time. Forget about me. Let's just go to the guest. Thank you very much. And by the way, I have a cow. In case of an energy crisis, I can run my studio on methane. Thank you.
So, the witness statement, ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be one of those shows, isn't it?
Did he just say he could run his studio on methamphetamine?
I think you're right, yeah.
Well,
That's
there is a... That's only in the vocal booth.
All right, Ian, please save us. Witness statement,
ladies and gentlemen, the witness statement. Here we go again. Well, they didn't agree, to be honest. 100% of people went for song 3 on best songwriting and best performance, and they only agreed with us on best mix and production. So we were kind of outvoted on that one, Tom.
All right, so Wake Up Call with their song To Be was voted by the audience as the song that you guys should have selected instead of David St. Romain's Some Things.
Well, there's a reason why we do the show and they watch the show.
Well, I don't know if I want to get into that, Tom, but welcome to the show anyway.
I thank you for your welcome. It's a beautiful, wondrous day in New York, mild temperatures, and I am very busy in pre-production for unscripted audio, as you know, which will be on this network late spring.
Okay, well, we're looking forward to that.
Yeah, it's quite a concept, and it's been done before, but never with this much interactivity. So it's going to be very, very interesting.
Now, we, Tom, because of your wardrobe, we have the chat room going absolutely wild with Star Trek references.
Well, you said you were having power troubles. I wanted to be there to help you. This is an engineer's T-shirt.
We're just going to call you Scotty from now on and be done with it.
Don't you always?
You know.
Can you do it in a Scottish accent just for me?
Aye, Captain. I can't reach the controls. My stomach be in the way.
This is going to be an awesome show. Keep doing it. Keep doing it. It's all good.
All right. Well, our guest panelist who's joining us today has been with us before. We're glad to have him back. He is the main man, the Reverend himself, Mr. Bill Evans from the Live to Play Network. Bill, welcome back. Glad to have you with us again.
Hey there, hi there, ho there.
You know, I need, as Ian was saying at one point, I need an applause track in the background. So when we bring our guests in, yeah. So how you been, Bill? Everything going all right with you?
I'm doing okay. I feel out of sorts. I can't put my regular reverend hat on. It won't fit over the headphones.
We need you some in-ear monitors.
Yeah, I'm rocking the Heil Pro Set 3s today.
How do you like those? I've heard a lot of good things about them, not only from your network, but from a lot of others. What do you think?
I like them a lot. They're comfortable. They're accurate. I can wear them for hours. They sound really good. I would put them up against headphones costing 2 to 3 times as much. Easy.
I'll tell you, I've heard a lot of good things about him. And of course, Bob Heil is here in Illinois where I'm at. He's about an hour and a half away. He just never comes by for dinner anymore.
Doesn't that restraining order he has against you stop him?
Yeah, well, that might be part of it. But, I think that, between those headphones, Bill, which look mighty good on you, by the way, and the microphone that I'm rocking, we've got his line covered, I think, pretty much.
Pretty close, sounds like it. And before we say, I ought to let Rich and Ian know that it's a chilly 80 degrees in Vegas today. Sun's shining.
But before the show, Bill said that he wasn't going to tell us that, and of course.
No, I said I shouldn't.
Oh, okay, you shouldn't, right? But apparently now the gig is up.
Rich, can I ask you to do a favor?
Sure, Tom.
Could you put up a shot of me and Bill side by side?
I think I can actually do that. I'm going to have to unsqueeze your video, though.
But is this a separated at birth thing?
Well, I'm saying you're really looking good, but you're actually, you and I could have been distant relatives.
Oh yeah, I know. I noticed that. Kind of scary.
Well, it doesn't bother me.
Well, if it doesn't bother you, I'm cool with it.
Yeah.
Usually, when people find out they may be related to me, they have a problem with it. So.
It's usually the other way around, I'm an open person, and all relatives are welcome.
I just wish I was as funny as Tommy.
But looks aren't
a DNA test.
A DNA test? Is that what you're saying, Ian?
Yeah, to establish who's the dad.
I don't think any of us want to know that.
Yeah, I definitely don't want to know. But what I do want to know is the things that are going on over at the Live to Play Network, at SoundPro Live, at Live to Play Worship. I know you guys have been busy. South by Southwest just finishing up, Winter NAMM finishing not too long ago. I'm sure you guys have a load of gear you've been reviewing. Why don't you tell us some of the best and worst you've seen out of everything?
South by Southwest is a total waste of time. All you musicians out there, if anybody tells you need to spend money to go do South by Southwest, put it in a deposit account, or you're better off with it in the bank earning 1% interest than you are going to South by Southwest. As I come across it, I think it's a waste. NAMM was big and loud and kind of crazy. All the action this year was really in technology, iPad, everything. So there's some cool stuff. I mean, we've gone from about 6 years ago, when I was doing a magazine whose name I no longer speak in public, about the audio industry. We tried to do a buyer's guide about digital consoles, affordable digital consoles. And at that point in time, we had to make the price point for affordable $50,000 in order just to have enough units to put into a buyer's guide.
Right. Wow.
That was 6 years ago.
Now you can get SSL for that.
Yeah, right. You can buy used SSL for that. Now for right around $3,000, which is still a lot of money for a lot of musicians, but it's very doable for, I mean, I've always had that much into my PAs, just because I take PAs seriously and I actually spend money on it. But, you know, for $3,000 or less, you can have a 32 input digital console with every bell and whistle you can imagine that will record all of your shows to multi-track directly, and you don't need to carry another piece of equipment, and you can control it wirelessly via an iPad from the stage or from anywhere in the venue. And that's stuff that even the $50,000 consoles couldn't all do 6 years ago.
You're talking about the Behringer X32.
I'm talking about the Behringer X32. I'm talking about the new PreSonus.
I was going to ask you about the new PreSonus.
The new PreSonus looks outstanding. It's not just that it's got more input channels and more monitor mixes. It's gone from 24 inputs and 8 aux outs to 32 inputs and 12 aux outs.
Wow.
But they've also really stepped up the amount of firepower in it. I think it literally has something like 1,000 times as much RAM as the last version, and 2 or 3 times the processing power. You know, those consoles all come with a version of Smart now. And for those of you not familiar with it, Smart is a audio analysis tool that, well, in the last week, I was hanging out with the crew for Alicia Keys and the crew for Maroon 5 here in Vegas, and both of them were using Smart to tune their system to the room. It's a full-on professional tool, and it comes with the PreSonus consoles now, just as part of the package.
So basically what we're looking at is this kind of pro sound becoming so affordable that virtually any band, no matter where you're at, should be able to at some point afford these things. And if not at the level we're talking about, we know that people like Behringer and Mackie with their 1608 and PreSonus have smaller consoles which are much more affordable as well.
Yes, they do, all of them. I mean, you can get into a Mackie 1608 for under $1,000. You can get into PreSonus has a 16-channel version that you can get into for right at $1,000. Behringer introduced, I think, 5 new versions of the X32 in different formats, compact formats, rack mount formats, that are gonna be substantially less money, with all of the same capability, maybe less I/O, but you can add additional inputs with a rack mount unit and get back up to 32 if you need to. So it's really kind of nuts. Some great guitar stuff, and running the gamut from a boutique guitar maker who's making semi-hollow body electric guitars, which I'm a big fan of. My pride and joy is a 1972 Gibson ES335. I'm a big hollow body guy, and he's making semi-hollows, but with a wider neck for people with big fat fingers, and I came up learning on a classical guitar on a gut neck, so I've always been drawn to wider necks. Very hard to find. So you've got people making very specialized instruments like that on a boutique level, and then again, iPad everything. You can model amplifiers and record and even do music notation and everything else on an iPad. Fishman's coming out, literally any day with a new thing called the Triple Play that I'm really excited about, because I was stupid enough to get involved with MIDI guitar early on, and I played all of the ones that didn't work. That tracks really well. That not only lets you make your guitar sound like anything you can imagine, but it also it's going to come with a version of the PreSonus Studio One recording software and a bunch of native instrument virtual instruments and a notation program called Notion and everything. And that's all part of the package. You're going to be able to get it for about $300.
Wow. It's going to be amazing. So the future of music looks good in your eyes. Is it going to, we're talking MIDI guitars and things along those lines. Are we going to see a push, do you believe, towards things like that, towards more MIDI accessible instruments and instrumentation? Are we going more electronic? Are we going to see things, the same? What do you look like in the future?
You know what? I see a lot of young bands. My wife, Photo Diva, is a concert photographer, and we joke that she's the dive bar diva because she gets assignments to shoot bands in horrible dive bars that nobody else wants to do, just because she can go in and actually get results in a place like that with no lighting. But because of that, we see a lot of young bands, and they run the gamut from very traditional bass guitar, drums, punk kind of bands. But I'm seeing an awful lot of kids in the 18 to 21 range with a 5-piece band where there's a guitar player and a bass player, but every single person in the band has a little keyboard next to them too, and they're switching back and forth between playing whatever it is that's strapped around their shoulders and a keyboard. So I think that these kids are coming up with a grasp of technology and virtual instruments and things like that I'm certainly just trying to, as an old guy, just trying to catch up and figure some of this stuff out myself. Some of them can actually play again, which is nice. It's nice to walk into a gig and see 18 to 20-year-old kids who've actually put the time in to learn how to play their instrument and who aren't just up there making electronic farting noises.
There's a lot of apps for that in the App Store, as we all know. So I'll tell you what,
some guy millionaire that did.
Yeah, well, you're probably right. I'll tell you what, let's do. Let's listen to some new music today to find out what you guys think of that and figure out if these guys can really play, really know what they're doing, or if they're just making the quote unquote fart noises we just talked about. So without further ado, let's take a listen to song number 1 on today's Music Scene Investigation. Here it is, everyone. Song number 1.
Sometimes I can't get through to you, but I know favor
That is song number 1 on today's Music Scene Investigation. I want to go straight to Ian, find out what he thought. Ian, your thoughts on track number 1?
Wow, that's a bit classy, isn't it? I mean, I do mean that. That has got a certain element of class to this track. Everything is well done. There's a lot of attention to detail in that mix. There's a lot of attention to detail in the performances, in the production. I've got a lot of time for this track. Not the sort of thing I'd normally listen to be honest. But there's just something about this that draws you in from that start, the voice coming in. Everything is just well done. The use of BVs. So many things that we have complaints about on MSI. Lack of backing vocals, poor vocal mix, overuse of vocal effects. This track, it's almost like it's listened, as it were. Because, you know, there are effects on them vocals, but they're very tastefully done. Everything just sits nicely. The arrangement is strong, the dynamics are there, the lifting of the chorus is there. Obviously a track called Queen of Hearts. What more can I say? This should be on the radio.
All right, Ian, I appreciate your thoughts. Thank you so much, Mr. Tom Chianti in sunny New York. What are your thoughts?
I agree most with everything Ian said. This is a track I would listen to. And it's done and mixed very well. It puts the vocal set into the mix, yet it's a relative size to the entire mix is good. You can hear every word. I love the track. It's very catchy. My only complaint, and I have to nitpick because that's what I do, is I wanted to hear the background vocals a little bit higher. You know, they were very interesting, very well done, as is everything on this track. I would have just liked to hear them spread out a little bit more separated. Other than that, I mean, even as it is, it's radio ready.
All right, Tom. Well, I appreciate your thoughts on that. Over to Mr. Bill Evans from the Live to Play Network. Bill, your thoughts?
Oh, it sucked. I'm sorry. It was awesome. What a great track. I mean, you know what that track is? That track is proof that if you've got talent and ears and, you know, even a small studio, you don't need a record company. That song is ready for radio. It's ready for, you know, placement in film or TV. I really there was a lo-fi percussion thing happening under the verses that was really cool. I love the voice. The only nitpick I would go to is I think they could have spent a little bit more time with the lyric on the chorus and maybe made it a little more clever. I don't know how to do that. I just it was a little obvious, but you know, really, it's just a great track. And yes, I would listen to that.
All right. Well, I appreciate that. Thank you very much. All right, gentlemen, the name of that track is called Love Me, Queen of Hearts. It's by Leah Marie. We appreciate Leah sending that track into Music Scene Investigation. Thanks so much for doing that. If you want your tracks on Music Scene Investigation, all you got to do is go to musicsceneinvestigation.com. Very simple. Hit the submit a link or submit a song button at the top of the page. It's all free. And just follow the information on that screen. Remember, they all have to be original, no samples or stuff like that. So, all right. All right, guys, we've got 2 more tracks to listen to, and I really want to see what you have to say on these as well. So let's say we get right down to it.
All I say is the next 2 tracks, no pressure.
All right. Well, there you go. We'll find out. Here is track number 2 on today's Music Scene Investigation.
Your love come down, yeah. So just sit back, relax, baby, kick kick off your heels. I got strawberries, oh yeah, champagne. Let me know how this feels. My tongue along your silhouette, licking your body up and down. Ooh, girl, I bet I can make your juicy fruit pour. Have you crying out for me to give you so much more? And when I'm done, I'm gonna have to pay to fix your head. I'm gonna have to pay to fix your head. Don't worry, girl, I got it. Sweat it out your burn, even with that central arrow. So when we get done, yeah, I'm gonna have to pay to fix your head. I'm gonna have to pay to fix your head. Girl, I know you felt it, 'cause I be going hard and I can't help it. 'Cause girl, when you cooperate, baby, that shit be driving me crazy. You're so good. Like the way you throw it back as I pull your hair. Just the way that you react, girl, it takes me there. I love it when you lose control with me. Ooh, yeah. I like looking at your faces in a mirror. Or when I record you on my phone and take pictures. As I run my fingers through your hair, as I'm wrapped up in your legs. Baby, I'ma give it to you right. It's about to go down, girl, watch me heat it up. I'm about to heat it up. Oh yeah, I'm about to break you off, girl, watch me beat it up. And when I'm done, I'm gonna have to pay to fix your head. Ooh, I'm gonna have to pay to fix your head. Don't worry, girl, I got it. Sweat it out your burn, even with that central arrow. When we get done, yeah, I'm gonna have to pay to fix your head. I'm gonna pay. I'm gonna pay. I'm gonna have to pay to fix your head.
To say you was bad would be an understatement. I'm going beyond my patience. The way you be walking with cadence got my soldier at attention. Hope I don't offend you when I mention. Really, I could give a damn, 'cause I'm just a captain trying to go fishing. Though I'm talking deep sea diving. It's okay to get your hair wet since you gave me hair while I was driving. I'm about to get your hair done. Come over here, get close to me. Guarantee you gon' notice me. The way I be giving them back shots make you pray to God like a rosary. I'm about to play this Jodeci, hoping that you like it. Don't be taking them heels off. That's the way that I like it when you walk around with nothing on. Background playing them fucking songs, so let's bump and grind. Bump and grind like we don't even see nothing wrong.
I'm gonna have to pay to fix your head. I'm gonna have to, yeah, baby. Don't worry, girl, I got it. Sweat it out your burn, even with that central arrow. So when we get done, yeah, I'm gonna have to pay to fix your head. I'm gonna have to pay, baby. I'm gonna have to pay to fix your head. Did you have a good time?
That is track number 2 on today's Music Scene Investigation. I want to find out what Mr. Tom Chianti thinks. Tommy, your thoughts?
Well, Rich, I don't have to really say anything in using innuendo. Why don't we just, get down to basics and just say it all? It's not something that, I like the track. Like I said, they don't hide anything. They just come right out and say what they mean, and I admire them for that. It's, again, well done. This, as opposed to the other track, the background vocals are much more present. The mix is clipping, and it has fallen into the loudness wars that is currently going on. How loud can you make your track? There is little to no headroom, which is a shame from a mix perspective, but a lot of mixes out there are like that today. Well done, well arranged, nice performance. A little bottom heavy for my taste. Lyrics are could have been off the cuff and just saying what he thought and meant, which, again, I applaud the lyricist for. I'm not going to say any jokes or make any fun. It's a well done track. My main thing is that it is clipping, and that is a shame.
All right, Tom. Well, I appreciate that. Thank you so very much. Over to Mr. Bill Evans. Bill, what do you think of track number 2?
I never thought I would be saying these words, but Tommy's way too nice.
I can be docile when confronted with whatever. Go on.
Crap. You know what? If you're gonna do this kind of a track that's overtly sexual, which I don't have any problem with, by the way, there's a certain finesse that needs to happen with it lyrically. I honestly thought that I was listening to a bad attempt at a parody along the lines of the Adam Sandberg, Justin Timberlake, Saturday Night Live, Dick in a Box stuff.
Oh, yeah.
It was just, I'm going to have to pay to fix your hair. Really? I don't know. I understand there's a place for this kind of thing in the market, but I've heard it done 1,000 million times better than this. I didn't dig it like even a little. I really honestly thought I was listening to a joke until I got about until I got about halfway through.
All right. Well, I appreciate your thoughts there, Bill. Over to Mr. Ian Husbands. Ian?
You see, I honestly thought it was I'm going to have to pay to fix your head. And I thought it was Chris Brown's new song. You know what I mean?
Ian wins.
I'm going to have to pay to fix you. I mean, he's on about breaking her and things like this, and something about giving head in the car. I don't know. I just thought it was Chris Brown. And let's face it, it does sound as generic as that sort of thing. I'm not into R&B, and I think both songs we've had tonight so far have got that R&B edge to them. But this just seems so generic and so bland, and it got very repetitive. And I'm sure he dropped an F-bomb in there, which is naughty. We don't allow that on MSI. Consider yourselves told off. And yeah, as the guy said, the mix was hot. I did find that, especially sort of in the high mids. I thought everything was sort of really sort of pushing there. To start with, I was like, yeah, this is kind of well done. And then it sort of went on, just didn't really go anywhere. And as everyone said, the lyrics were blatantly cliched, I think is the best way of putting it, almost to the point of parody.
All right,
Yes,
Ian.
love that. Hey, can I jump in 1 second again,
Sure,
Brett?
sure.
God, I gotta think of how to say this without getting myself in trouble.
Just say it.
I go to a lot of shows between Live to Play and Sound Pro Live and covering things. And recently, in the last month or two, I've been to a couple of shows by huge Grammy-winning name artists who sell quadruple platinum records and everything, and left, because it was boring, because the material doesn't go anywhere. And that, to me, is exactly what the deal was with this track. Okay, you have a cutesy line that you're going to play with, and a lot of very explicit lyrics and everything, but it never went anywhere. The track didn't develop at all. It started in one place and it ended, in the same exact place. There's nothing to hold your attention. There's the whole concept of building some I can't even think of the word. Attack and release, and of there being the track developing and going somewhere, and then coming back around to where you started again. I'm not hearing that kind of songwriting ability in tracks like this. It makes me crazy.
All right.
And it's not just them. I hear it from huge Grammy-winning artists too.
Yeah. All right. I guess everybody can fall into that issue, that trouble, if they're not careful.
All right, now I've been warmed up. Let me go.
I just want to say, Pinky in the chat says maybe it's a song about a crappy hairstylist.
Now, see, that would have been funny.
That would have worked.
Could have been. Who knows? Let me introduce the track to you. The track is called Fix Your Hair by Smiggs. Smiggs with Fix Your Hair. We appreciate their sending that track into Music Scene Investigation. Thank you so much. All right, gonna go into song number 3 at this point, gentlemen. The last track of the day. I want to get your take on it as well. So here it is, everyone. Enjoy. This is song number 3 on today's Music Scene Investigation. Song number 3 on today's Music Scene Investigation. Let's go straight to Mr. Bill Evans, find out his thoughts. Bill, track number 3 to you.
I like rock. I'm a rock guy. And when I heard guitars, I was like, yeah, a rock song.
That's exactly what I done.
And I'm not a fan of auto-tune, kind of morally opposed to it. But dude, it comes with any decent recording program these days. You get a pitch correction plugin, you need to use it. The vocals were flat constantly. The mix was horrifyingly bad. I understand, and I make allowances because I know I've been playing in live bands and mixing live shows for many years, and my hearing is damaged. And I do make allowances for sometimes there not being as much high end as I would like to hear, but for God's sakes, there was none in that track. I pass.
All right, Bill, I appreciate your thoughts. Ian?
Yeah, as Bill said, there was no high end in that track except for in the vocals. The vocals to start with. It's not so much they were too loud; they just weren't in the mix. They were all sort of sat in the high region of the mix, and all the guitars were very muddy and MIDI, and not MIDI as in the sounding false, but all in the mid range. And it was all bottom end and just no clarity in the guitars at all. I mean, there's an understanding of dynamics here. I think they went to the same songwriting school as Nirvana and Bush and bands like that. But it is a false imitation of these guys. You know, as Bill said, the vocalist was flat. His performance was lacking, to say the least. And it does let the track down. I mean, there's some good ideas going on there. I am a fan of rock music. So I had the same reaction as Bill. I was like, yeah, some rock. Oh, okay. You let us down on this one, chaps. Lead guitars, they were out of the mix. They're sort of too buried. And again, no sort of top end in them at all. BVs, I think there maybe was some there. I'm not quite sure if it was just a bit of mirroring on the lead vocal or something like that, but it certainly needed something like that. And it was inconsistent and in everything. I mean, the instrumental performances didn't sound too bad. The string bends were a little out of tune on the lead guitar, from what I could hear. So yeah, it really is a case. If you've got a song here, go back and work out the performances and get them tight and get them working, and try and avoid the pitch correction. But if you've got it, use it.
All right, Ian, thank you. And over to Mr. Tom Chianti. Tom? Hello, Tom.
Oh,
Tom.
Hi. Hi. The best thing about that song, it's less than 3 minutes.
Best thing is that it's over.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Have you ever taken a telescope and reversed it and looked through it? That's what this mix is like. So very distant, so very far away, so small. It's an interesting idea, as Ian said, a Nirvana-type sound. I think it's an attempt at a mix of Nirvana and a punk vocal, which, are hardly in tune, and a lot of spit flies. But this just didn't catch me. I mean, as everyone has said, the high end is absent. It's very dark. It sounds like it was mixed at a high volume, and that creates a lot of these problems where you don't get a sense of reality, because when you mix in a room and have the monitors way loud or the headphones way loud, but especially if you have monitors and you have them way loud, you saturate the room with sound, you lose your top end, and you just don't get a real concept of what's going on. I liked the start of it, but after it settled in, it just nice try, guys. Work on it and find somebody else to mix it.
All right, Tom. Thank you very much, gentlemen. The name of that track is Bad News by Wolfgang Carter. Wolfgang, we appreciate you sending your track into Music Scene Investigation. Gentlemen, the task at hand now is to determine a song of the week. So I'll let you discuss it and argue amongst yourselves and try and figure this one out.
I don't think
Boy,
you
this is
even
going
have
to be
to ask.
easy.
Yeah, number one.
Number one.
Number one.
Well, that was kind of quick. You sure you don't have anything to discuss on this one?
Well,
Number
you know,
one.
Rich, we're not voting for the Pope here.
yeah, that's right. Black smoke, white smoke. You know what, though? Before we go, I want to make sure that both Ian and Tommy mentioned Nirvana and Bush, and I don't want to let these guys at number 3 off the hook by going, yeah, it's it's an alt rock, metally punk thing, and that's the way it's supposed to sound. Bull poop. There, I censored myself.
I didn't say that. That was Tom. I didn't say that. I'm on your side with that, man.
I mean, I'm not big fans of either Nirvana or Bush, honestly, but I do appreciate, the artistry of what they did. I don't know if you guys have you guys seen the movie Sound City yet?
Yes, I have.
I'm waiting. That's lined up on my iTunes to watch.
You need to watch it right away. I'm sure Tommy had the same reaction I did to it. It was,
It's my history.
yeah, it's stunning. It's amazing, and there were an awful lot of quote unquote lo-fi punky albums recorded in that studio. But when you go and you look at the care and work and artistry that were put forward in all of those, whether it be pop stuff like Fleetwood Mac and Rick Springfield, or stuff like Nirvana and the Germs and some of the punk bands that came through there. It just makes something like this even more disappointing. So anyway, number 1, hands down.
Yeah, there's simply no choice. Number 1 is very well done. My own little pittance about the background vocals not being loud enough maybe could be fixed in mastering. I don't think so, but who cares? I mean, it's interesting. The girl has a great voice, and it moves in all the right directions at all the right times. The rest come nowhere near it. I mean, this was a first round knockout.
All right. Well, there you have it then. Song number 1, Love Me, Queen of Hearts by Leah Marie, is our song of the week. Gentlemen, as always, a great pleasure having you with us. Bill, huge thanks to you. I know that it's like halfway through your morning now.
It's 3 o'clock in the afternoon, Las Vegas time.
And 80
so
degrees.
It is halfway through your morning.
Yeah, pretty much.
Well, it's great to have you with us, Bill. Always look forward to it. Hope we can get you back again very soon.
Anytime. I enjoy it every time I'm on. Thanks very much, guys.
Thank you so much. Thanks to everybody else out there. Ian, Tom, thanks to you guys as well. I really appreciate it.
No power outages.
Thank you.
No power outages. You're right. We did not have a power outage, which was very good. Knock on wood. Hopefully we'll be done with the snow when I end the broadcast today, too. You never know. So
we'll be joined by Lee Haggerty next week.
Lee Haggerty with us next week. Great to hear. Looking forward to that as well. We're going to play out with Love Me, Queen of Hearts by Leah Marie right now on MSI. Thanks for being with us, everyone. We'll see you next time right here on MSI.
Bye.
It's 80 degrees in Vegas, Rich.
I know.
I'm always thinking about you, wondering what's on your mind. Sometimes I can't get through to you, but I know that it takes some patience and time. what you're doing to me is almost like a mystery.